Meet two of Subiaco's most reliable and dominant players. They might not yet have their game faces on, but just you wait. When we caught up with the boys, they were heading into the bye. But when you look at them train, you'd think they were going to be playing the next day. That's how focused these seasoned players are.
Those guys being around the footy and being leaders, they obviously complement our younger fellas, like I said. So it's important that those guys not only lead with their tuition off the field and reviewing, with their little pods or their little players that they look after, but it's important that they lead by example on the footy field and, little things, just doing the 1%ers for the team.
What you also won't see are these guys accepting poor performances. I mentioned to Bristow that in the past he sometimes would get pushed around a bit. Bad terminology on my part.
Well, thanks, didn't realise I was getting pushed around so much in the past, but I'll cop that. I guess I don't really know how to answer that one. I know it's been a reasonable start from the midfielders, but in the end we're still only 2 and 3, so we're definitely not getting too overly excited about things at the moment. But look, I'm happy with the way things are going, and I think we're definitely in the right direction. I think the way what Sco wants us to play, it's going to take us a little while for it to really click, but I think we're definitely on the right track.
What I meant was that the opposition would take advantage of the rules, play a tag on him and sometimes illegally hold him up. But that's what happens when you're an in and under mid.
Bristow goes in, puts his head over the footy and he'll get the free kick.
Yeah, look, he's probably our #1 sort of clearance player. He leads the young fellas, in Dom Sheed and Reece Waters, these guys that are looking to sort of improve their game. And yeah, look, he puts his body on the line. I think he's averaging about 8 to 10 tackles a game. So it's not just his ball-winning ability, it's what he's doing when he doesn't have the footy, which is important to our side.
Clearing hand pass, Kayler Thomson.
Jarrod Kayler Thomson joined the club for the 2013 season, and his experience is what the Lions needed.
Waits for Kayler Thomson to come charging past. Good hand pass. This is promising for Subiaco.
Obviously, he's a senior player. We got him as a top-line sort of recruit in the WAFL to sort of come and sort of boost our midfield. So, look, his leadership, he's in the leadership group, so we look to him, obviously, to lead it by example on the footy field. And look, he's getting a lot of possession at the moment, but it's the other things that he's doing within the team structures that we obviously look at closely. But he is finding a lot of the footy along with some of our other midfielders, and I think they're getting a very good synergy with each other.
And it caused the error, so Kayler Thomson, a man who's got a prodigious kick on him, won't have any trouble with the distance.
He's been a massive recruit, as you said, he's a good player, but his leadership off the field as well has been a massive bonus we probably didn't anticipate when we first recruited him. So he's slipped straight into the leadership group, and so that's leadership off the field, and on the field he's been a gun.
Gathering at Kayler Thomson, showing a bit of class.
Yeah, it's been, I guess, the pre-season probably the toughest I've been involved in, and being involved in the leadership group has been something I've had to probably step up again into another, training hard, setting a good example and whatnot. So yeah, it's been good, but yeah, it's only really a start at the moment.
The midfield is an integral part of a football team. It links the backs with the forwards and vice versa. But this Subiaco combination of Jason Bristow and Jarrod Kayler Thomson is the missing piece of the jigsaw that coach Jarrod Schofield is trying to piece together.
They are in the engine room, so to speak, and yeah, look, it's vitally important that they work both ends of the ground, and I think they're getting that balance right. Jarrod, being an offensive type player, he's really working hard defensively for us, and that's why I think his game has gone to sort of another level this year, and having a year out of footy as well, I think has recharged the batteries for him, and he looked for a change for that reason. And yeah, look, he's ticking all the boxes so far.
Yeah, Britty, he's a classic inside mid, and I guess to this date I've probably played that more outside role, and it's something that I guess Jarrod's trying to use me a bit more inside. But me, Britty and I guess are trying to work together as best we can, and learning to play together as best we can is important. I think that's going to happen better with our forwards, give us time working together, working on different leading patterns, learn where I kick the ball, learn where they lead. It's just about playing together more, and it should happen.
Kayler Thomson missed last season with a shoulder injury and has been asked on numerous occasions this year how it's holding up. Well, it's still attached, so he's fine.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I get asked that question a fair bit, but yeah, it's absolutely fine, and I still strap it for match days, but yeah, it's no problem at all.
It's hard work being a midfielder, whether you're an inside mid like Bristow or an outside mid like Kayler Thomson.
Yeah, it's a shocking couple of hours straight after the game. You can't do much, and Yeah, my girlfriend Brooke sort of sees me hobbling around the house and doesn't like it too much, but that's just footy and that's why you play. It's a great feeling when you win, and it's a weird feeling, but you enjoy it when you win as well.
Jarrad being sort of more of a winger type player that can go inside, and obviously Jason being our inside mid. Obviously, yeah, they do build that relationship, and Jason doing the grunt work, but obviously Jarrad doing his fair share in the inside. But you know, I'd like to have Jarrad on the outside, running and carrying the footy and putting that ball inside 50, which he's been doing over a number of weeks now.
I think we've actually got a good mix between us because he likes the outside easy footy, so works out well. As you said, I'm happy to be inside and get the hard one, and happy to dish it out to him because he's definitely got a much better kick than what I do.
Yeah, it sounds like a bit of a stitch up, but I do know one of the, I guess, kicking efficiencies a few weeks ago wasn't great from one of our inside mids. So I won't point any fingers, but yeah, I guess that's one thing that we can always try to, I guess, pride ourselves on as an outside mid. You can hit a target, and British, yeah, probably stitched me up there, so that's a good one.
With a new coach at the helm, game styles have changed, and that includes rotations, and Bristow and Kayler Thomson are really feeling the effects.
Jarrod's definitely bringing a whole different scheme of the way he likes to run things, and yeah, that's probably been the biggest change. Like maybe coming off 2 or 3 times a quarter, which was something I haven't done in the past, but yeah, look, it took me a couple of games to get used to it, but yeah, no, I'm seeing it as a bit of a positive.
The team, they didn't rotate as much, and I think the way that we want to try and play and the way that footy's going, you know, and my experiences at Claremont, you know, we look to rotate a lot more than probably what we have done in the past, and you know, you don't want to be carried away with it because it can unsettle players. So it's been work in progress over the pre-season, and the guys are slowly adapting to it. Unfortunately, when you get injuries, you know, which we've had in the last 3 weeks in the first 2 minutes, that can throw things out. So then you really do have to rotate your midfield a little bit heavier because you want to make sure that they've got some run in their legs later on in the game.
I would typically come off probably 13, 14 times a game, which is, yeah, pretty high. I think it helps with, you know, you can go pretty hard for those 3 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes that you're on. You come off, you have a quick blow, you have a bit of a walk, and then you're back on. And I think it helps us to break up the quarters a bit too. You can go at 100%, come off and then rest, and then back out there at 100%, and you don't have lapses in your quarter.
I guess the positive for me is, say if you come off for 5 or 10 minutes, sometimes you sort of relax a bit, but when you're only coming up for a minute or two, you sort of stay in the game. So yeah, you get the heart rate down and then get back out there, and it's good.
So what are the issues the Lions are grappling with in order to get some wins?
But the Subiaco scourge at East Fremantle Oval is over, and in a big, big way.
We looked like we're chasing a bit of backside there for a last portion of that quarter, but I think the boys weren't playing smart football.
Probably just a little bit of our ball movement. In patches during the game, we move the ball in different pad styles, and during the game, and we haven't done the way we wanted to move the ball.
Long inside the attacking 50 and turns it over.
Where we've probably got 7 or 8 new players into our side this year, which I'm one of, which we're all sort of learning how to gel together as a team. So we've got a fair way to go.
We're definitely getting enough of the footy. Probably our effectiveness with the footy isn't as good as it needs to be for us to be competing with the top teams at the moment. So yeah, look, we've looked at that, and you know where we're putting the footy as well on the ground. Like we might need to start going a little bit deeper, for instance, because we're getting turned over a bit too easy around the half forward. So yeah, look, I think it's a work in progress, and I think we're heading in the right direction.
Goes to Bristow. Bristow from 45 metres. That is a stunning looking kick.
And the right direction is towards winning a flag, which Kayler Thomson believes isn't far away.
It's definitely not out of the question for this year as well, and that's what we're here to do, play finals, and that's what we're aiming to do this year. We've got a good mix of older and younger players, but you need to spend time together for a while for it to click. And you look at your Claremonts, and even over the last few years have all played together for the last 3 to 4 years at least, and I think that's why Perth are doing so well at the moment, because they've got their core group of players have played together for so long, and it's really important that we keep this group together for the next couple of years.